Hi everyone, welcome back to Cloud9 Intuitive. My name is Janine and I am here to do a timeless reading for my water signs: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. This reading is timeless, so whenever the messages find you, they're meant for you. This is general, so please only take what resonates for you. What else do I want to say? I am not taking personal readings right now. I'm going to be closing down my calendar until December, at which point I will have some end of year stuff going on. Hang tight. I will be back for personal readings, but I'm not going to be open over the next couple weeks. But let's hop into this reading. This is again for my water signs: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Okay, please remember to check all of the timeless readings by the elements, because there might be messages for you for each of your placements. Okay, change is in the air here. Feels like possibly like a spiritual change, a change. Ooh, okay. These cards are like, hello. I only wanted 3, but we will take 4. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. Change. The wind. Then you have elephant, leadership, red crowned crane, loyalty, and then cat, intuition. Water signs, for some of you, this is really about like no longer allowing yourself to be guided by like things that are not like your like inner source, your inner being, or like your divine source. It's like you're taking your information and your cues from a different place. You're recognizing the way that certain things may have like I want to say like let you down, or like you knew better than to do certain things, but you did them anyway. And you're realizing like if you hadn't been listening to like forces outside of yourself, or like people outside of yourself, or like societal constraints or whatever, you would be in a different position. But like here, the change that's coming in here is like allowing you to really like sort of tap in a new way to your inner source. It feels like a lot of like, it feels like it's changing your world, but it doesn't feel like your outer world is changing. Like I don't feel like, your life is in some sort of like upheaval right now. It just feels like the shifts that are occurring spiritually feel very profound in this moment, water signs. Okay, let's get some tarot. I'm trying to keep these under 12 minutes. We'll see what I can do, because y'all know I like to talk. So, water signs: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For some of you, it's like it's like things that are being released from you. Like some of you might have had like a toxic boss that you've been freed from. Others of you have like this. You might have been like in some sort of like, I don't know if it's a friend group or like some sort of like collective, some sort of group that was like, you realize like was misaligned with you spiritually. For others of you, this is just like, paying too much attention to like not just outside sources, news, or like getting caught up in like the rumor mills and stuff like that, or paying attention to things that don't really matter in the long run. It's changing because you're realizing that it doesn't serve you. In fact, it drains you in a way. Something had been draining you, and you may have been very loyal to whatever that thing was. And now realizing like, no, if I want to be in the fullness of my sort of creative energy, like I can't keep giving myself over in that direction. I need to go where the love is, and the love ultimately comes from divine source. You know what I mean? Like you have to understand how you are loved as a child of God. And then like first and foremost, right? And then that will sort of like be the fuel for some sort of creative energy. You're putting your loyalty in the wrong places is what I'm getting here. You or somebody else, right? But then the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, going where the love is, right? What are you growing, nurturing here? The Queen of Cups, more like, this is more love energy. This is again nurturing. How are you caring for not only yourself, like, but also how are you being cared for? This is your energy too, water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, as well as the Knight of Cups. A lot of you out here. Like coming back into your heart center as you're letting go of things that may have been like, either wittingly or unwittingly causing a level of like chaos in your life. Like that you were, it's almost like it was like an energy of like, just like pulling you in certain directions. And it wasn't necessarily like the way that you wanted to go. It was just kind of just the way that you were going, and now like feeling like more aligned in your heart center so that you can move in a way that, wow, the Emperor and the Empress out here. For some of you, this is wow. Okay, the Emperor and the Empress are out here. So for some of you, this is like your masculine and your feminine energy coming together within you, or a masculine and feminine energy coming together for like this, like sort of like almost like it's like it feels completely different from anything that you've ever experienced before, because it's not like you're being dragged in a direction. It's almost like you're being like, instead of being dragged in a direction, being led in a direction. You understand? Because previously, things may have felt like really like they may not have felt aligned as you were going through them, but you were going through them anyway because it felt like, it's like, well, this is what I'm doing, so this is what I'm doing. Like, it's like, you know, once you get on a certain track, sometimes it's hard to get off of that track, right? And things maybe like got derailed here with this Tower card. But they got derailed so that you could get back into a space where you were feeling like content and satisfied and happy with yourself and your circumstance, right? Coming back into self, coming back into alignment with your desires here. Anything else here for my water signs? Love this. I love this energy of coming back to self so that you can sort of co-create the life that you want here with the Magician card. The Magician takes all of his tools and his resources. God, what was I saying? So I said something about raccoons. Maybe it was in the pick a card over on Patreon. So if you're on Patreon, let me know if you picked that. If you picked that one and you're a water sign, because there's something here about, I just said something about raccoons in that pick a card. But this is like using all of your resources here to create to create something that is aligned, right? Something that you do want. With the Four of Swords, from a more healed space, right? From a space where it's almost like you took some time. It feels like you took some time with this change, right? Kind of like this may have been like over 5 years. Could have been 5 years. I don't know, I'm getting 5 years where you had to like understand the point of misalignment, so that you could come to this space now that, like, with your heart more aligned, with you wanting more to be allowing yourself to be led and guided, not from allowing yourself to be led and guided from like a higher power, a higher consciousness, understanding what heart alignment looks and feels like, because you know what it felt like to be misaligned and how depleting that was. And now being in this healed space where you can sort of come into this like creative union of self, and creative union with others to manifest something new with clarity. You're seeing things much more differently now. All right. Someone outside is very sad. So let me go ahead and I feel bad for that person. They're very upset. But let me go ahead and get you a Shaman's Dream Oracle. Hold on 1 second. Okay. And then we'll wrap it up from there. I'm at just over 12 minutes. It's okay. We'll take it, right, water signs? We will take it. Ooh. Okay, well, there it is. Vanishing Mirror, Ego Sublimation. Again, it's like seeing yourself through different eyes. Seeing yourself through different eyes. She's gone from sad to angry. Letting go of self-centeredness, becoming a vessel of possibility. And that's what's happening here. But it doesn't necessarily even feel like self-centeredness. I mean, maybe in ways, because sometimes when we continue to move in misalignment, when we know that we should probably course correct, we do that because the ego is driving us in that direction. But sometimes it's just because we're not willing to see what's being shown to us. I don't know. But let's see. It says, do you ever wonder if your self-definition has become too rigid, too fixed around what you've come to learn, so that you contract your life into zones of safe versus unsafe? This here is okay, but over there, well, that might be too risky. Judgment, fear, self-righteousness, and overconfidence are only some of the traits that keep you from evolving. We are all products of our conditioning, so remember that this is a part of the human experience. Yet you are not meant to remain static, seeking only what you expect, even if it appears ambitious. It is still too narrow. You go nowhere when you hesitate to move out of your comfort zone. When you focus too much on yourself this way, you become a servant of the ego. It edges God out, removing the magic of possibility. Imagine looking into the mirror and seeing only what you are now. If you can let your self-definition soften, moving beyond the veil to your potential, a magical emptiness exists where all things are possible. Look again. Who could you be? What would you see reflected if you allowed yourself to be other than how you define yourself now? Nothing less is required of you now in this moment. Let go of who you think you are and allow a new you to emerge. You will recognize yourself as what you are, a partner in co-creation, in service to the divine. Doesn't it feel good? Yeah, you're coming back. You're coming back to serve yourself via this higher this higher source, this connection with your higher source that has had been muted for a while, but you're coming back to it through this healing. And I love it for you, water signs. All right, y'all. I really hope that those messages resonated with someone out there. Remember, only take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. If you're interested, you can join us over on Patreon, where there are more readings. And beyond that, please know that I am sending you so much love, so much peace, so many blessings. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.